As you noticed on my logo, I put the words Primetime. Why not? CNN does it. Fox News does it. They put their stuff on during primetime hours, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night. Why can't I? And frankly, considering everything that's happening, it's about time I started doing just that. So that doesn't mean I'm going to disappear. It just means you guys have got to wait till night to see my videos. And I do appreciate all of my subscribers out there, all of you who share my videos with your friends and your family, because I do this for you. Not for the money, not for cash, anything. I haven't made a single cent of any of the videos I've done. And I'm pretty proud of that too. I mean, don't get me wrong, I would love to work for CNN, MSNBC. I don't think Fox News will have me, but that's a story in between. But let's get to the subject of the night. My old friend, Nick Adams, the self-professed alpha male, whatever the hell that means. Anyway, this Trump, he posts this on Facebook. Trump was sent by God to save America. I wonder why you haven't said anything about Obama or even one of the Bushes or Biden or Clinton or any of the former presidents sent by God. It feeds into this narrative that Nick Adams and so many other Republicans out there, especially the hardcore MAGA Republicans. Now, I'm not saying all Trump voters are hardcore MAGA Republicans, but quite honestly, it's getting harder and harder to tell the difference between the two. Between your garden variety Republican voters, vote party, no matter what, and your die-hard Republicans who will vote for Trump no matter what. And there has been a lot of no matter what over the last few months, over the last few years, actually. Even this weekend, with Donald Trump screaming that I alone can fix it, echoing the same thing that he said in 2016, only this time applying it to a possible nuclear showdown with the Russians. Now, here's exactly what he said on his Truth Social post, with Donald Trump saying that Joe Biden is inching us closer and closer to nuclear war, and saying that he alone is the only one who can stop it and bring peace to Europe and the world. It's a variation of I alone can fix it. Only this time, instead of focusing on the economy, healthcare, and whatnot, he's focusing on trying to stop nuclear war. If he can do that, I'll be the first one to shake his hand. But we know he can't do that. Because quite honestly, every single time that he has faced a crisis in this country, he folds. Or blames it on someone else. Or just can't get the job done. Case in point, the COVID-19 nightmare. Instead of getting this country ready for the possibility of people being infected with COVID-19, and I keep joking around about this, saying that he could have just taken the pandemic preparedness manual off the bookshelf that President Obama left him after he left office. He did nothing. But he thinks he's going to be able to save America from World War III. What exactly is your plan for that? You still haven't told us. It's the same thing with the healthcare plan that you say that you're going to protect America from and get America back into. You're not doing that, Trump. And quite honestly, it's gotten so old that people like me and people like everyone else out there, regardless of whatever political affiliation you're with, are getting wise to your act. You talk a good game, but you don't show any actions. But the one thing I need to talk about, and before I close out, I'm almost finished making this video, by the way. The one thing I really am getting upset about is how people are saying that if Trump was still in office, there would be no war in Ukraine. That is fallacious reasoning if I ever heard it. Donald Trump, as powerful as he thinks he is, and as powerful as people like so many Trumpers think he is, that he is all powerful, all consuming, he's not. He can't control the actions of other people. Vladimir Putin was going to attack Ukraine regardless of who was in office, regardless if Hillary Clinton was in office, regardless if Joe Biden was in office, regardless if Donald Trump is in office. Hell, Trump would probably help Vladimir Putin in his quest to take on Ukraine. Now, don't get me wrong about this. Donald Trump had every opportunity to be an amazing president, and he squandered it with his ego. We would ask him questions about how you're going to do this, how are you going to do that. It's the same thing as I said with the healthcare scare. He wouldn't answer our questions. He wouldn't have the guts to just say, I'm not sure, but we're going to work on something. He could have just said that. Great leaders are the ones who admit both their mistakes and their shortcomings, and more importantly, they're strong enough to admit they need help. The worst kind of leaders say, I got it, I got this. I got it all under control. There's no reason to worry. Those are the worst leaders that lead us to calamity. And Donald Trump led us into calamity over and over and over and over again. And I'm not even talking about just the coronavirus. I'm talking about the hurricane responses that he wanted absolute credit for. I'm talking about the racial tension in this country that he made worse by not addressing the problems. Instead, tear gassing people and posing with a Bible in his hand. So no, Donald Trump wasn't sent by God to save America. Now, if you want to believe that, I'm not going to damn you for your beliefs. But quite honestly, when you say things like that, when you believe things like that, it becomes a problem. And it shows me that you've traded your faith for Trump. Now, mind you, I never said anything of the kind saying that God sent Obama or God sent Clinton or God sent either one of the Bushes. I never said anything like that. The voters of this country sent those people into the White House the same way they sent Donald Trump into the White House. Now, there are a lot of people out there who say, I'm voting Republican, he was a Republican presidential candidate, I'm going to vote for him regardless. I get that. I understand that. However, when you look at the man, especially in the last couple of years after he was voted out of office, you can't tell me that this is the man that you want representing this country. A man who brags about sexually assaulting a woman because they're rich and famous. He said that. You can't tell me you want a man who represents this country who, under one ear, says, I'll stop nuclear World War III, and on the other ear says, why don't we use nuclear weapons if we have them? He said that. You can't tell me that this is the man you want, a man who goes on not Twitter, Truth Social, his social media platform, day in and day out, screaming how the election was rigged or how we're going to take back our country and all that kind of stuff, with absolutely no plan or agenda to do the right things in this country. You can't tell me that. Now, mind you, I don't like Ron DeSantis. I don't like Tim Scott. I don't like Nikki Haley. The Republican Party is damaged. The voters may not be damaged, but the Republican Party is almost broken beyond repair. Especially when they have people like Lauren Boebert and especially Marjorie Taylor Greene as the face of the Republican Party. The Republican Party is damaged if they actually believe that God sent Donald Trump to save America. I never said anything like that when Barack Obama was elected, that God sent Barack Obama. God allowed Barack Obama to become president. There is a huge, huge difference between the two, between God sent and God allowed. Now, maybe that's what Nick Adams meant to say in his post, but he failed miserably. That's all I gotta say on this real quick. Now remember, from now on, my videos, whenever I post my videos, are gonna be on prime time, anywhere between the hours of 7 and 9 Eastern time. I'm on YouTube. Keep your eyes open, guys, because things are just gonna keep getting worse. And I'll be here with you every step of the way. Because quite honestly, I'm not, and before I close this video out, I want to make something very clear. As I said earlier, I'm not doing this for money. YouTube is not monetizing my videos. I survive, even thrive on all of you watching these videos, sharing my videos, commenting on my videos. Either they tell me I'm doing a good job or telling me to go to hell. I do this for all of you. Because there are very few voices that are going to tell you the truth, not the rosy palm idea of what's going on in this country, especially now that we're getting closer and closer to the debt ceiling being collapsed. This is where you'll hear the truth. And you'll get to hear it at least 3 or 4, if something big happens, 5 to 6 times a week from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. in that time bracket right here on my channel, C14 CTP, Know the Truth. CTP, Know the Truth. God bless. Peace to the left, justice to the right.